Hey, y'all, what's up? It's your girl Perp, and welcome to the Perp Perspective. Today, oh my God, today I have the exclusive interview with Miss Charee O. And when I tell y'all we about to get into it, that's exactly what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Charee O.
Hey y'all, hey y'all.
What's up, girl? How are you?
Girl? I'm good.
Good.
I am actually phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
How about you?
My God, blessed.
Yes.
Blessed. I can't complain at all. And even if I could,
Don't.
I wouldn't. Right?
Thank you, God.
Right?
Yes,
so
right now.
we, a little situation happened, and people was out here spinning their little narratives and everything. And today, we get your side. We get it from the horse's mouth, right? Not all that internet stuff that y'all been pandering around and trying to, whatever y'all trying to do. That's not what we doing, right? Let's get into it, sis.
Let's go.
So setting the record straight. Like we setting the record straight because y'all be doing too much out here. I don't be like but setting the record straight, can you walk us through how you ended up doing Sexyy Red's hair?
Okay. So I have been doing her mother's hair for over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it kind of started. That's how I started. I used to do her mother's hair. And so in the midst of that, she was telling me how good her daughter was, her success was going.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And, I'm like, okay, you've been doing this.
Right.
From St. Louis.
Yeah.
Doing all that is amazing because I really didn't pay attention to it for real, seriously.
Right, because you in your own world, you're doing your own thing.
And we are from St. Louis, and it's just rough here, to like, she was with Summer Walker, some amazing people. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay, Sexyy. Right. So from her mom, and then just believing. Honestly,
oh my God, yeah.
I can say believing because once I realized, I'm like, wow. When she hit it, I was like, wow, I gotta get to her.
Yeah.
She is hot. A short hairstyle by me. What?
Signature. Okay.
Let's go. Short hairstyle by me. Let's go. So I just believed in myself. Right. And then I wrote it down. Honestly, I wrote it down. I believed. I let it go. Then I kind of asked Andrea, like, what's up?
What's going on?
Can I get the Sexyy? Like, put me on, girl. You know we been going.
Put me on.
Oh, that's gonna be a good look. You heard me?
Yes.
So I was like, I kind of put a seed. I put a seed.
Yes.
So I did that, and then shout out to my husband. The big dog.
Big dog.
Because life is life. Once again, I am a wife. I'm a mother. I'm an amazing hairstylist. And I am pulled in so many different directions, right?
Right.
So it's a Monday. The phone ring. I'm sleep. Because stylists that's when we decompress on Mondays. Babe answered the phone, said, Sexyy wants you to do her hair. I'm like, what?
This is not a drill. Let me get my stuff.
What? I gotta get my stuff again today. What? I said, is you for real? He's like, yeah, get up. Because we had just had a win. I don't know, we had so much going on, but if you gotta be ready. Do you hear me? Be ready.
Be ready.
That's all I got to say. Be ready. And that's how that happened. Shout out to my husband.
Period.
For answering the phone. You heard me? Could get me there.
That part. I love that.
Because I was asleep.
I know. And you probably would have missed the whole opportunity.
I would have missed it.
You would have missed it.
Yeah, I would have.
Shout out to Big Dog Jip. Okay, so the credit issue. At what point did you realize you weren't getting credit for your work?
So I feel like it was maybe like 2 days later. I was like, dang.
Still nothing?
She still ain't. Okay. Well, wait. Look at all these people are asking who did her hair and who did the new sexy red Betty Boop. I'm like, me.
I'm here.
But so then I knew that I wasn't getting credit.
Like she was kind of blatantly not responding to those people. And let me say this, because I do social media management, so it could be somebody running her account, but at the same time, we know she also be on her account as well.
Yeah.
So you saw,
yeah, I'm there,
the questions being asked and you didn't respond. Why? That's the question. Like, what was the discrepancy and why you didn't want to mention Charee O? Okay, but let's keep going.
Keep going.
So behind the scenes, were there any agreements or discussions about crediting you for the hairstyle?
No.
Okay.
And honestly, no. So it's not like we had a contract. It wasn't none of that.
Totally. It was just kind of like, we from the same place.
Yeah.
It would be cool because if the shoe was on the other foot, I wouldn't have no problem.
Come on. Yeah. Especially being from St.
Louis. And you know how hard.
Oh my. Let's not talk about it. The hottest artist from St. Louis. I'm a cold hairstylist from St. Louis.
Cold.
So to be able to get that opportunity, I just felt like, dang, shout out to my girl. Go be ready, because look at how many likes and shares and how many people was really concerned about who did it. Yeah. So it's just like, we from St. Louis, right?
Right.
X my tattoo.
Come on now.
Like, I'm just confused. Like, what's the big, like, it's not a big deal anymore. It's just like,
yeah. And we just want to put that out there. This is not a Sexyy Red bashing session or interview. This is strictly so that my sis can just share her side. Yeah, because everybody else been spinning their own narrative. So it's only right that, of course,
and it's time.
It's time. Because what year was this when this happened?
Last year. Actually, last April 2nd.
So almost a year to the date. Yeah, almost. Yeah.
And I can remember that because that was a big thing to me.
Period. And let me tell y'all something.
That was big. That was big. And shout out to St. Louis, though. Shout out to my social media family.
Period.
Shout out to everybody. When I say y'all show love, when I say they show love, even if I didn't get that, they show love.
There we go.
So that's all I got to say. Shout out to that.
In the end, I kind of feel like people know that you did that style, whether she wanted to give you the credit or not.
They stopped me. They love me for doing that. And that was big. That was big. No matter how we look at it.
Right.
We from St. Louis.
My God.
Sometimes we feeling like we can't even. Hey, we got a lot of talent over here. Hello.
Yeah.
We do is this. Like, can we all stick together and rise to the top? That's all I'm
saying. It's room for everybody. Oh, you know, man. Even
it's so much room.
Yeah, it's so much room. And shining the light on someone else takes nothing away from your light.
No, it don't.
Nothing. It amplifies it, because now we are reaching each other's audiences, right? So now more eyes are on both of y'all. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It just would have,
it makes sense.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
I
think so too. Okay. Industry insight. Does this happen often in the hairstyling industry, especially with celebrities? Or is this kind of like sometimes it happens and it don't really happen that much?
Well, honestly, I can't really say. I don't have an answer for that. Okay. Because think about it. We are from St. Louis, mind you. So, I mean, how many people really come through here and we really touch, like, as artists from St. Louis?
That part.
It's kind of hard to get to an artist or a celebrity here. Now, mind you, I stayed in LA for many years, and I worked with a whole bunch of artists in LA. So I feel like they all stick together, if you would ask me. But I can't honestly say that. I just feel like St. Louis needs to stick together.
Yeah. I mean, and that's one thing that people say about St. Louis is that we don't
do that.
You go to Atlanta, they stick together.
Oh, you go to Atlanta, you go anywhere else, they all be in a little thing.
Yep.
Girl, my girl did my. We all sticking together. We doing movies over there. We doing this over there. Bring us all together as one to the top. That's all we be trying to do.
It's too many dope individuals in St. Louis, and it's like everybody is like self. What can I do? How can I? But if we band together, we can get much further. Like, you know what I'm saying? A simple tag, she don't even understand what they would have done, even though you popping already.
Yeah,
but
like
you. So let's be clear, okay? Like, let's not act like she don't. Come on now,
do my thing,
okay? But what we're saying is,
just saying,
it don't take nothing for you to give somebody credit. And we even gonna go to, what was it, a week or 2 weeks later, and she went somewhere else and had them uninstall. Tell us about that.
Well, she actually, I mean, she went on the radio station. She was all, and not to say any of that. Like, she didn't have to say, I did her hair. She didn't have to say that. But then you let your stylist take out the hair. You add him. You add everybody else. You add Princess Beauty. Make them money. I mean, I'm just saying, add just a little ad. It ain't about the ad. That's why I don't like to make it about the ad, but it is.
It kind of is, because especially when you see that you don't have a problem with adding nobody else. So it kind of makes
Or do we?
Right.
That's the thing.
That's the question. Right.
Or do we? From St. Louis, or do we?
Right. Or are they doing something for you that I'm not doing? Is that why you? Or you see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it be stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't be knowing about.
Well,
they could be paying her. You know what I'm saying? We don't know.
And I didn't have a contract. So it was like, that's cool.
Right.
I just felt like it should have just
been. It ain't even nothing.
Like, when I leave her, I'm gonna at you.
Period. And you gonna see that. y'all listen, because
we
spread love, right? It's never nothing.
It's not.
Like, and I honestly don't understand what the problem would be. Like, I'm trying to really like wrap my head around it. Like, why wouldn't you? And then a week or a week and a half later, you're comfortable adding other people. Like, it just kind of makes it seem like there's a discrepancy with me. But if we haven't never had that conversation, I'm just like, well, what? I'm confused.
Then, I was a little confused, and then it wasn't like I was trying to make it. And then on my end, with not having a contract signed, I could do whatever I want to do.
Yeah,
ain't nobody told me that I couldn't.
There you go.
Nobody,
because no contract was in place.
I had no contract,
right?
So it's not about the whatever y'all trying to say. A thirsty St. Louis artist from St. Louis, you're right. It's not about
First of all, we all thirsty.
Yes, we are. If you're an entrepreneur,
we trying to get to it. What do you mean?
What are you talking about?
And when you got up out your bed that day, it was for the purpose of this will help. It's gonna push something else, right? It's gonna push my
household.
Yes. So, because if nothing was gonna come of it, she would have never done it.
You don't know you don't know where it could have went.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But that just goes back for what is for you is what's for you.
That's facts.
That's it.
That's facts. It's pure facts.
So
yeah. Lord, it's getting fast. Okay. Have you addressed this publicly before? If not, why now?
Well, honestly, I can say when it all happened, I just was like shocked. Mm-hmm. Like, dang. So we going on day 5.
Yes.
And you still ain't at me. You done with a hairstyle, you went down to the schools, you done been on the radio, they all in the magazine. Who did the Betty Boop hairstyle? Sexy Red looking good, you just dropped Sexy, let's get it. You was looking cute. No, let's go. St. Louis, who did that?
Crickets.
That was it. That's all.
Yeah, so
I shout out to my people. I said, hey, let them know I did it.
And they stood 10 toes.
That's all. I said, let them know I did it.
Yeah. And you were well within your rights to do that.
I can do that. Let them know I did it since ain't nobody else saying I did it. Not to say ain't nobody else saying I did it. You don't have to, but I can.
Yep, I definitely can.
I can do that.
It's my work.
It's my work.
And let me tell y'all something. The Betty Boo, I feel like, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Hop in the comments if you want to. I ain't seen nobody do that.
You ain't.
That was my first.
You ain't. You ain't.
So what it comes down to is don't play in her face. I don't care what level you feel like you on. Okay? And you just don't do people like that because people take their work very seriously. They want credit for their hard work and dedication. Like, let's be for real. You would want the same thing. Please. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not being outrageous. Okay? Please. You would want the same thing.
Come on now.
So, it just comes down to decorum. Some people don't have it. Which, that's that. I don't want to go too far off into it. They're going to eat me up in the comments, but
it's okay.
It just it's about how you do people. Yeah. And once you rub some people wrong, it's hard to come back from that. You know what I mean? Like, so next time you're not gonna be so quick to jump out your bed and
girl,
it's gonna be a whole different vibe.
Because I am that.
Yes.
Contract. Talk to my husband first. Yep. Do the numbers, everything. Can I bring my crew? What we need to do? You heard me? Let me get an attorney in this mug since y'all do it like that.
Yeah. Now. So now I know how I gotta do. Yeah.
You heard me?
And that's okay.
Seriously.
So that's what I want y'all to
understand.
Taking
it to the next level.
That is the whole purpose for this, is because some things need to be addressed. And sometimes people be like, no, don't respond and don't do this and do this. Yeah. But some things need to be addressed because we, at our age group, we the OGs and she's little sis. So if we don't speak on these things and let her know, little sis, like you was out of pocket for that. You know what I'm saying? Who gonna do it? That's all this is. This ain't, this is just to let the people know, like, it's a way that you conduct yourself when you're dealing from human to human, professional to professional.
And entrepreneurs
to entrepreneurs.
And make it out of St. Louis. Did that go together?
Girl.
That's it.
That's it. That's all. So
let my work get recognized.
That's it. That's
it. Ain't gotta bump heads no more.
Man.
It ain't even no bumping no heads.
No.
Man, ain't gotta talk about it no more.
Okay, lesson learned. Has
this good experience?
Yeah. There are no bad experiences. No. Let me just tell y'all, everything is meant, right?
No, everything is meant. No bad experience, baby, because I was ready.
Yes.
You hear me?
What has this experience taught you about working in the industry and protecting your work? Like, how will you proceed moving forward now that incident has happened to you? Because again, we say everything happens for a reason. So it was obviously meant to teach her something, but we want to know what that is.
Tighten up.
Tighten up.
Okay. Just tighten up. Bag on up.
Everybody worried ain't they bond. Or everybody don't move how you move.
How you would think. Stop assuming. And tighten up.
Get it in writing.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all you gotta do.
That's it. Period. I hope y'all taking notes. Okay. Moving forward, what do you want to see change when it comes to crediting stylists properly?
I want you to give it to the stylist. Give it to whoever. If she did your makeup, let the people know.
Let the people know.
She did your dress. Let them know. She did your eyelashes. Let them know. She styled you.
Let them know.
Let them know.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's what I want to do. And I want us as in St. Louis, because we from St. Louis and we are all striving. And shout out to St. Louis because we are really doing some major things right now. Like, I see St. Louis on a rise more than I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stay here.
I know.
You heard me?
I know.
I didn't want to stay in St. Louis.
I know.
Because it feels like
it's like crabs in a barrel.
Yes. Like, it's annoying.
Yeah.
But once I realized that this is where I was supposed to be.
You have a purpose.
I have a purpose. And this is where I'm supposed to be, at home. And I'm supposed to share my love and my talents, my education, because I'm cold. And with love too, and healing and all that.
Yes.
You hear me?
Yes.
It's time. And it's time for me to talk in a different kind of angle.
Yes. Yes. As y'all can y'all see the evolution? Like, for those of y'all who have had the pleasure of knowing Sheree, I met Sheree middle school. Okay, this how far back that this goes for real. And just to see the evolution, like, I'm proud of you, sis.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful that we sitting down and we clearing the air and we getting it out, because here's the thing. We don't have people checking the young folks anymore. No. And
let them do. Don't start.
Yeah.
Oh, don't start.
Oh my God.
Oh, don't you start that.
I know.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, because they do too much.
They do way too much. And as I'm a mother of 3 teenage girls, Sheree has daughters as well. Yes. And like, I feel I have an obligation to speak on these type of things, because listen, y'all know, I don't know who, y'all out there, but the way I present my girls, the way I raise my girls is, thanks, boo, is very important to me. And if I could ever lend that love and care and consideration to a young sister out here in St. Louis or anywhere, I'm always willing to lend my voice for that, and just let y'all know, like, hey, tighten up, you out of pocket, that wasn't cool, get yourself in order. My thing with Sexyy Red in general, because I have teenagers, obviously, so they listen to her music and they do, so I'm constantly having to combat the message, right? Yeah. And what I wish, and Sexyy, if you ever see this, what I wish is that now that you got your foot in the door, switch it up. Switch it up, because you got so many eyes on you, and you're doing not only yourself, but the future leaders of tomorrow, the young girls that love the tone of the bop of the beat. They love her. You're doing them a disservice by the things that you're feeding them. And I know, you didn't get into this to be a role model, but the truth of the matter is that it happens. Yeah, people are going to look to you for whatever they, and so I just really wish that you would just switch it up.
Because you got a good voice.
You got a good voice. And people are seeking you out. Like, Bruno just hit you up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're doing amazing
and things. Just, I just want to see something else, and I'm probably not alone in that. And, the whole culture has gone way too far, in my opinion,
Mine too. Bring it on
I just feel like we can bring it back to a respectable place and still be hot. You know what I'm saying? And still pop your, you know what I'm saying? And all of those things, but give us something else. Give us something that we can, because and even though I don't agree with your image, I salute you, young sister. I salute what you got going on.
Let's go.
I'm proud of the fact that you made it out of St. Louis.
Yes.
And that you're doing your thing.
Amazing.
But use your voice for purpose, and stop letting the industry use you for what they want you to project. And that's where I'm gonna leave it at with that, because you got to play certain games and move a certain way, and we can't speak too much on that, but
I don't know,
whatever. Right? But so that's ultimately what this is. It's just about in this industry, do people good.
Especially
do
when
people good.
Everybody's rising. Everybody's trying to eat. And there's room for everybody to eat.
It's room for everybody to eat.
Everybody to eat.
It's room.
Everybody can eat.
Man.
Do you hear me?
Literally. Everybody.
Everybody can eat.
Literally.
Why are we not, why feeling like we can't eat together and rise to the top together?
Exactly.
You hear me to do something for you.
Yes.
And I need to do something for you.
Yes. Rise to the top. It's so simple. People make it hard.
And y'all already know it's all about the numbers.
That's it. Let's get it. Let's run it up.
That's it.
Yes. Okay. Your work and your brand. For those who may not know, which I find highly insulting, what makes your hairstyling unique? What can people expect when they book Charee O?
I think for me, first of all, I am a vibe.
Period.
I am a vibe. When you come to me, I can really I can say influence you into doing something that I feel best for you. You hear me? Let's start there, because it starts there.
Yeah.
And you can be having a bad day, and I can turn a day into a brighter day. I do. Even when you come in my salon, I do that. All my clients know that. So I think that starts there. And then just mastering my style, my technique, like in my way. Because I can't do it no other way.
Wouldn't be Charee O if You did. You know what I mean?
So I've learned my technique in my way.
Period. Love it. Final thoughts. What message do you want to send to other hairstylists facing similar situations?
Trust the process. Don't give up. And first, let's go all the way back. Believe in God and know exactly where you want to go and what you want to do in life. So then go back to ask, believing, and then you shall receive.
Period.
So that's what I believe.
I love that.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Write it down.
Write it down. Understand that your way ain't God's way. So it could be looking like it's something, and then he could just turn it around.
He turn it around every time.
You know, that's what I have found like the most joy in is that even in the 11th hour,
what'd he do?
Turn it, flipped it, girl, side every which way. But you know what I mean? Like
he'll do it just like that.
And so much more than I imagined. And you know, so trust the process, right?
Trust the process.
Living proof, you know, from business to love to family, children, and you know, despite this is what I want to tell everybody. Don't believe the people who doubt you.
Yeah.
They are only projecting what they themselves cannot do.
Yeah.
Right? So they try to make you feel like, oh, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna happen.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. You wasting your time. Let me tell y'all something. If God gave you the vision,
you better do it.
He will set up the lane. He will he will clear the path. He will put people in your corner to help you get there.
Yes, he does.
So for anybody that's watching this interview and you got, you know, you kind of been like, is it going to happen for me? Yes.
Yes, it will.
It will.
Yes, it will.
Even through adversities or, you know, things like this situation that could have made you go into, because this is the thing, people never really know how the things that they do affect your mental or make you want to walk away from an industry that you've been a part of for years.
Yeah.
So the fact that you stayed true to yourself and your God-given talents and, you know, and didn't pop off right away and you sat with this and you made sure that you were in a place where you could speak about this without being angry or without being or feeling no type of way, because that ain't what this is.
No.
So I appreciate you, girl.
Well, thank you.
You know, clearing the air and sitting down with me and, you know, trusting me with this is just an honor. So I'm blessed to be here with you. I appreciate it.
You too.
Yep.
Thank you
so much. Hey, listen, any questions, comments, make sure y'all drop them in the comments and we finna get out of here. This has been the Perk Perspective special with Miss Charee O. Ladies and gentlemen, tap in.
Yes.
Sheree!
Yes!
Yeah.